Someone asked me about my story the other day, and that's when I realized that there isn't just one moment that defines it. It's more like chapters. Long, messy, emotional, sometimes funny chapters. And one of the biggest chapters was when I took my daughter to see Stray Kids. But to understand that night, you have to understand where I was before it. Leading up to that concert, I was not okay. On the outside, I was functioning, working, being a mom, showing up where I needed to show up. But on the inside, I was drowning in depression, stress, emotional exhaustion. The kind that doesn't make you feel just tired, but makes everything feel pointless, heavy, gray. It wasn't the kind of sadness that makes you cry. It was the kind that makes you feel nothing. I had already left an abusive relationship years before. I had done the therapy. I had done the healing work. I had put my life back together piece by piece. But trauma doesn't just pack up its bags and politely leave. Sometimes it just sits quietly in the corner waiting for that moment when you're already overwhelmed. And then it gets loud again. And that's where I was. Overwhelmed, emotionally exhausted, running on autopilot. My daughter was excited about the concert. She loved Stray Kids. She knew all the songs, the members. She knew the jokes and the fan chants. I was just the ride. I was the responsible adult with a debit card and emergency snacks. I liked the music, sure. They were funny, talented. But I wasn't expecting anything life-changing. To me, it was just a concert. Something fun for my kid. Something to get us out of the house, to break up the heaviness of everyday life. Then the lights went down. The crowd started screaming, that deep, vibrating bass filled the arena, and suddenly 8 silhouettes appeared on stage. When they hit that first note, something in me shifted. It's hard to explain if you've never felt it, but it was like the fog in my brain had lifted for the first time in months. The energy, the music, the way the crowd moved together, the way those guys performed like their lives depended on it. It wasn't just a concert. It felt like being plugged into an emotional outlet. For 3 hours, maybe even more, I didn't think about my problems, my stress. I didn't think about the past. I just felt alive. I looked over at my daughter and she was screaming the lyrics, smiling so big it almost hurt to look at it. And for the first time in a long time, I wasn't just watching her be happy. I was happy too. Not pretending, not forcing it, not I should be grateful happy. Real happy. And it scared me a little because I had realized how long it had been since I had felt that way. That night didn't magically fix my life. I didn't walk out of that arena completely cured of depression. There was no Disney-like transformation, but something did change. It was like somebody had cracked a window open in a room I had been suffocating in. A little light got in, a little air, a reminder that joy is still possible. And from that night on, I started paying more attention to the music, to the lyrics, to the messages. And that's where the real healing of this story begins.